Volcano risk in a warming climate. Volcanoes will continue to shape New Zealand's landscapes, but the physical and human environments around them are changing. Earth's temperature has already warmed by around 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century, and this trend is expected to continue. These shifts will influence how people experience volcanic regions, from changing rainfall patterns and increasingly unstable hydrothermal systems to changing tourism pressures. Understanding these changes helps us to stay aware of how volcanic risk may evolve in the future. Before exploring these future impacts, you can watch this short video explaining climate change and its global effects. Changing rainfall patterns. For every 1 degree Celsius increase in air temperature, the atmosphere can hold about 7% more moisture. This leads to shifting rainfall patterns and more intense downpours when storms do occur, which can increase hazard risk. Click the arrows to learn how changing rainfall affects volcanic risk in New Zealand and why staying aware matters. More lahars. Heavy rainfall can quickly mix with volcanic ash and debris to create fast-moving lahars. This is most relevant around Tongariro National Park due to steep valleys. It is important to stay aware during heavy rainfall as conditions can change suddenly. Ash remobilisation. Stronger storms can lift and move volcanic ash long distances long after an eruption occurs. This can reduce visibility, affect air quality, and damage crops. It is important to remain aware during storms, as ash can become a hazard even when there is no eruption happening. Increased flooding. More intense rainfall can lead to more frequent flooding and trigger secondary hazards like landslides. Flooded roads can make evacuation slower and delay emergency services. It is important to remain aware during heavy rainfall and to think about alternative evacuation routes ahead of time. This short clip from the recent January 2026 Wellington floods highlights the current severity of rainfall events across New Zealand and how these intense periods of rainfall can create dangerous conditions very quickly in New Zealand's changing climate. Note, this footage may be sensitive for some viewers who are impacted by the flood. Changing tourist patterns. A warming climate is changing when and how people experience New Zealand's volcanic landscapes, which can in turn influence who may be at risk when conditions shift. Click the arrows to learn how changing tourist patterns affects volcanic risk in New Zealand and why staying aware matters. More visitors in hazard zones. Warmer temperatures make outdoor activities more appealing for more of the year. This brings more visitors to hazard zones, such as Tongariro National Park. More people in the hazard zones increases exposure to volcanic hazards. Change in seasonal patterns. Longer, warmer summers will encourage tourism to volcanoes for extended periods of the year. With more people present more often, overall exposure to volcanic hazards increases. Hydrothermal instability. Some of New Zealand's volcanoes are driven by hydrothermal systems, which are primarily located in the Taupo volcanic zone. These are becoming more unstable, so it is important for visitors to understand the rising risks. Click the arrows to learn how hydrothermal instability affects volcanic risk in New Zealand and why staying aware matters. Faster groundwater changes. More intense rainfall can quickly refill the hot water and steam systems inside these volcanoes. These rapid shifts can create sudden pressure changes. This can create an unstable system, which is more likely to erupt. Less warning of eruptions. When hydrothermal systems become more unstable, they provide subtle and short warning signals. This means visitors will have less time to react if conditions suddenly change, so should remain aware. Kaiteaki Connect.